Shalom, shalom, Kalalayam la Alahay Nawa, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of great millstone, peace and salutations unto the 144,000, the brothers are pushing this truth, the sincere ones, the the aquatium, they're listening and learning, the sincere ones, right, and the spectacle out there, shalom, right, so this is just a quick lesson that I want to get into here concerning our Prime Minister here down in Trinidad. Now, this video that I'm about to show is a video, is an old one, a couple years back, right? There was also a 5-minute video that was sent in the group chat with the brothers, which was even an older one, right? And then it has this picture here that's recent, you know. So I want to play this video first and you all can see it, right? So you can see what's already going on here in Trinidad, right?
The future we're talking about is a modern future where we're moving now to e-identity, where every person in the country will be identified by a unique identifier. And that all our services go digital, and very soon the country will go paperless and cashless. That is what we are talking about.
I'm gonna play it one more time.
The future we're talking about is a modern future where we're moving now to e-identity, where every person in the country will be identified by a unique identifier. And that all our services go digital, and very soon the country will go paperless and cashless. That is what we are talking about.
All right. So you see what it is he getting at here, right? So he says very soon, right? Every person in the country will be digitalized. You understand? Because they will have a unique identifier, right? Which we know what that referring to, right? Even if it's not exactly the MOTB right away, and it's like digital card or whatever it is, like how they have it in I believe it's Barbados or Bahamas, somewhere, somewhere in one of the Caribbean islands also. If they're starting out with digital cards first, whatever it may be, or with an app, it's gradualism they're dealing with because, as I mentioned, it's three sets or three times that I know of that he mentioned this, right? This picture here, which is recent, the video I showed just now is a few years back, and then there's a 5-minute video that the brother sent, which is even further back. You understand? So, hey, this is what's coming, right? Let's just read this on top here. Now, this TNT Guardian, this is the official newspapers, or one of them. This is their Facebook, right? Our brother screenshotted it from. So yeah, we know this is real, this is official, right? So it says Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley wants Trinidad and Tobago to become a cashless society as his government forges ahead with its digital transformation plans, right? Well, we know it's not his own, but the elites above him, right? At the bottom here, it says Prime Minister admits to being afraid of using the ATM. Now, why is he afraid of using the ATM, or so-called afraid of using the ATM? You understand? Well, for one thing, we know he don't want to lose his benefits. I want to come and rob him, but hey, we talking real thing here, right? Why would he claim to say he afraid of using the ATM? Because he want to strike that notion in people, right? And us ordinary people, you want to strike that fairness and be like, that is true. Sometimes in night time I taking out my money, or I take out my money and people marking me, and people will start to think like that, right? So it's like they will start to double back now, right? They will start to question themselves, that really makes sense, right? Some people might go as far to say, if he's the prime minister and he worried about getting robbed, boys for me who don't have no protection. You understand? People will think that far, right? They will think that far. So everything is, is a form of programming to take that unique identifier he's speaking about. All right, so let's get some precepts here. As I say, I'm not gonna make this video too long, so let's just dive into it here. Let's go to First Maccabees 1:11. Let's say, in those days when they're out when they're out of Israel, wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had we have had much sorrow. Right? Wicked men who when they're out of Israel, right? Kid Rowley is one of them, right? He's a wicked man, right? He wanna make a covenant with the heathen because he trying to save his skin, right? And selling out his own people, right? But telling us to make a covenant with them also, right? Because isn't that what he's doing by introducing this here to the country? We had a other prime minister who refused, right? I believe it's Patrick Manning, right? He refused, right, to go along with this agenda, right? And they killed him. You understand? They killed him because why? They knew he could talk, right? They knew his mouth would run, so they got rid of him one time. You understand? And I now read over this part where it say, for since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow, right? That is for the ones that don't have no faith and no belief in the Lord, right? Because they tell themselves only when they link with the heathens, when things aren't prosper. And that is what these two dudes and them really on anyway. Because they tell themselves if you ain't getting money, then something wrong. You understand? But when you pursuing money in this world, right? What you think you're going after? That's the heathens riches. That's the heathens riches, right? So by you doing that now is what you practically had a senior soul. You understand? The more you sin your soul is the higher you go up, right? Just ask these celebrities, right? As others always say, right? So knowing that now, let's read forward, right? It says, so this device pleased them well, then certain of them, Salakia, then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen, right? Now we know license exists today, right? Like it's like with a gun, because you have license, it's all give you a license to use a gun, right? Some people who would do crime with it, and say, hey, self defense or something like that. You understand? But even in this sense too, where it say give them license, right? It will literally mean a license, right? It mean like it giving them authorization, or giving them the okay to do something that's not. You understand? Like with these women in terms of marriage, right? They will tell these women, hey, if he ain't cheating her right, or if he horn you, as we just say in Trinidad, or cheat on you, which we know a man can cheat, right? If a man does that, you have all rights to leave him, take half his stuff, right, and marry to our next one, which are going against Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's laws, right? So hey, when they hear that, okay, right, they going with it because to them they watching the Lord's truth or the way of life as a burden to them. You understand? Because they're watching how the heathens prospering, right? Which will lead me to my other precept that I have holding, right? Well, let's finish off this. It's a verse 14, whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen, right? And made themselves uncircumcised and forsook the holy covenant and joined themselves to the heathen and was sold to the mischief. Salakia, just a little tired there. Into long come from the plantation there. It is cool. But yeah, so they forsook the covenant, the holy covenant, right? As I mentioned, they look at the Lord's covenant like if it's so much, like it's a heavy burden, right? Because they watch the heathen and look at them and say, wait, look at money they have, their gods, giving them so much and whatnot. You understand? Which their gods are no gods, as the scriptures say. You understand? They are just idols. So when you forsake the holy covenant and you give in to this, this man is dishing out, you know, ordered by the elites above, right? You're gonna take it, right, and you're gonna wind up where in a ditch, right? And the Lord is gonna burn you and put you to death. You understand? Because hey, that is truly a wicked act, right? And he being one of those sellout niggas, right, from back then. to sell out his own people for his own gain. You understand? So hey, let's go to the other precept, right? Salakia, Osh Esau, right? They refresh the whole damn thing, right? So there's Proverbs 3, you know. Um, let's see here, 29 or 28. We're going on with Esau. I never even click that. Alright, let read 29. But I like how the NLT says already NLT, and then I'll jump back in the KJV for the others, right? So the Proverbs 3 and 29, it say, don't plot harm against your neighbor, for those who live nearby you trust you. Right? Now this real yappa, right? Because all these tutors on them, right? They come like the Lord telling them this too. Don't do harm to your neighbor, because our people, you being the prime minister, we are putting our trust. Right? I want to say we, I mean as a people, not me individually. You understand? But yes, our people, they put any trust in you, right? Being our prime minister, because you know, in their eyes, you running the country or whatever it is, right? And here you go, you setting up your people for failure. You understand? Setting them up for judgment, right? They put their trust in you. Now, we know that is their own fault, because I mean, you had to be pretty dumb to believe it. But hey, at the end of the day, it's the Lord's movie, right? But he have a, you see, Dr. Kid Rowley, he has a serious judgment to get for what he's doing. You understand? But hey, I'm not even gonna stick on it. Right? Verse 30 in the KJV, it says, strive not with a man without cause, if he have done thee no harm. Right? Verse 31, which is the point I was talking about, it says, envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. Right? So we're not to envy the heathen, right? Especially Esau, Edom, about what it is they have, or what it is they're doing, because everything they do, right, is through wickedness, right? Everything they obtain is through the sacrifice of our own people. You understand? So the scripture says, envy not the oppressor and choose none of his ways, right? What they say, what Esau could really offer you that the Lord can't. You understand? What can he offer you? The only thing is you're getting it now for now, right? But that's the thing, you ought to have patience, because whatever Esau given you, the Lord can make it 2 million times better. You understand? But it takes faith and patience, right? We live to serve him, right? He don't live to serve us. You understand? So if it is he wants you to wait to receive it, then do that. You understand? Do that. Verse 32, it says, for the froward man, Salakia, for the froward is an abomination to the Lord, but his secret is with the righteous, right? NLT says, such wicked people are detestable to the Lord, but but he offers his friendship to the glory, right? So the wicked people, right, who you know, who taking part in these things, or like a man like Rowley, right? Because not to mention the other prime ministers, more than likely all of them are cheeks, dishing out the same, you know, agenda in their own countries, right? What are they doing, right? They're pushing wickedness, and the Lord say he detests them, right? But say what? But he offers his friendship to the godly, right? On the KJV is secret, right? Which it goes back to what Amos 3, right? Where the Lord say, he revealed his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. You understand? So hey, it's all said and done. Verse 33, it say, the curse of the Lord is in the house of the wicked, but the wicked, Selaka, is the house of the wicked, but he blessed the inhabitation, right? The habitation of the just, right? So the Lord curses in the house of the wicked, right? He saw Edom have the judgment to get, right? But you see now, Rowley and them, they have a part to play in it, right? They're gonna get destroyed along with these heathens, because why? You being wicked unto your people. You're not telling them the truth. You're speaking them into more lies and more lies, and you actually pushing the agenda, right, to sever that link, right? between you and your power. You understand? So that means you completely and you anxiously waiting to surrender your people, right, to this devil. You understand? You are allowing them to change their gods. You understand? And actually forcing them to do so. You understand? With your words, right? Because a real man would have died for the truth. You understand? As Patrick Manning did, right? He didn't stand for that. You understand? Now he's not a man of the Lord, but what he did was way more commendable than what you are doing. You understand? What you're doing are truly wickedness, right? Verse 34, it says, surely he scorned the scorners, but he giveth grace unto the lowly. Right? NLT, it said the Lord mocks the mockers, but is gracious to the humble. Right? So that's why we gotta remain humble. Right? Verse 35 in the KJV again, it said, the wise shall inherit glory, but shame shall be the promotion of fools. Right? And that's gonna be his portion, shame. Right? When you go in the kingdom, you're gonna be one of those, especially with the head lowest to the ground. Right? Because of what he did. You understand? Because of what he did. Because hey, don't get it twisted. They might he be so obedient to these elites. He might be having his own concentration camp to run down here, killing and beating his own people. You understand? Don't doubt it, right? He's truly a wicked man. But hey, this was just two precepts, But I hope same way it was edifying, you know. I kind of starting to feel sleepy and I don't wanna start to ramble on, and give any misinformation. So hey, with that I would say shalom and keep strong, Akim.